This isn't my usual kind of video. I'm kind of struggling a little bit with where to start. So friends, where to start then? I'm struggling a little bit to share some difficult news in a sense. It's not the best news, but I did have a car mishap, an accident a few weeks ago. In fact, just before I put up the last video, but I just wanted to pop in and let you know that I'm okay because I've had so many lovely comments and messages. I put on my social medias this week, you know, a little update because I've been really absent on there and also on the YouTube community post. And I've had so many lovely, heartfelt, well-wishing messages that I just wanted to sort of put together a little something for you for this week. I'm just checking I've actually got the microphone on. I'm a little bit out of practice. I just wanted to put a little something together to say a massive thank you. I'll try to reply to as many of you as I can. I'm trying to stay off the internet a little bit as well, all part of the healing process. But suffice to say, I'm doing really, really well. I'm healing well. I'm getting better and stronger every day and more confident. I think it's my confidence that's returning as well. So what happened then? I guess that's the best place to start, isn't it? What happened? So if you've been here a little while, you will know that James and I have moved recently and we are a little bit further away from my studio than we were. I mean, that hasn't made a difference in the sense that I would have jumped into my car anyway. Basically, I was heading into the studio about 3 weeks ago. I'd been working at home all day and then I remembered I hadn't watered the plant babies. So I would make a special effort to go in and water the plant babies. You know I love my plant babies. I hadn't even got as far as the first town. I kind of turned the first few corners heading there. It was that point of the day where it's 3 or 4 o'clock and the sun is blinding me in my face and I couldn't see a thing. And before I knew it, I had basically smashed into the back of a stationary van and there was no one in it, thank goodness. That's it in a nutshell. So it was completely my fault and I felt really stupid and yeah, sun blindness is a thing, so be really, really careful out there. I think I've blocked some of it out. I kind of saw this red van just there, pushed on my brakes, but it was too late, of course, and the airbags went off. Luckily they did actually, because I only had some really minor bruising on my face. The main problem I had with the impact, apart from sort of general, you know, seatbelt stuff, was my knees. So I've really been struggling a bit walking about and hobbling about, and I've had to elevate my knees and rest my knees, and they are healing really, really well, and luckily it was just bruising, so I'm so grateful. And in fact I'm going through this process of healing a little bit differently than I have in the past. Whenever I've had, you know, a mishap before, I'm calling it my car mishap because I'm very careful with vocabulary and what words I use to describe things, and I don't want to, you know, fill myself with fearsome words when I'm talking about it. But at the same time, you know, it's good to talk about stuff that happens, process it, move through it in that sense, without sort of regurgitating all the negative feelings and then forming all those neural pathways to turn it into sort of something post-traumatic stress later on, which is exactly how post-traumatic stress disorder occurs, isn't it? When we create those really big grooves in our brain, those neural pathways get more and more ingrained as we go through the regurgitation process. So instead of explaining it and thinking of it in fear, itchy nose, sorry. Instead of doing that, I've been trying to giggle a little bit, and even if I didn't feel like giggling, I've just been kind of going ha ha ha, just to switch the mindset. And I have to say, it's been working like a dream. So I don't know if that would work in a major trauma. I can't vouch for that, but certainly in a medium-sized trauma, it's been an absolute lifesaver. So that's what I've been doing, going into gratitude and trying to giggle my way through the healing process. And I'm sure, 100% positive, that it's really helped me heal quicker because I've got such a brilliant mindset about everything, and I'm not, you know, in the doom and gloom at everything. And yes, there's moments where I've been tearful and upset. Yeah, of course. But at the same time, yeah, this is what's really helping me. Anyway, I digress from my little tale. I think as soon as I'd realised the airbags had gone off, I was a little bit in shock, probably for about an hour afterwards. But I had help. People were walking past, and I was going past some offices, and they came out to look after me and called the ambulance. And yeah, it was help that I was really grateful for, and yeah, what a godsend that was. And I can't really remember anyone's name now that helped me, but I had quite a few people, including the person whose vehicle I had hit, who was an absolute star as well. So the outcome is bumps and bruises, a little jarring, of course, needing a lot of sort of mental peace as well, because I've been really triggered by any sudden noises or movements and that kind of thing. That's really getting better now. I'm so much calmer now this week particularly. So this is the third week after it's happened, and I've really been softly, quietly healing at home. I've not really been doing that much. A little bit of art here and there. James has helped me set up my home studio. I've been on the Patreon a little bit just to pop in there. But apart from that, yeah, I've just been resting. I guess I want to say as well, just take care out there. You know, health and mobility, it's so easy to take it for granted, isn't it? Until we lose it, or we lose it for a period of time. So remember to be grateful for everything that we have. I certainly am, and even on the days I've been hobbling about, I've been really grateful that I'm able to hobble about. I think that encapsulates my whole healing journey as well, being in a place of gratitude. And as serendipity would have it, the art journaling prompt I put up on the Patreon this month before my car mishap was all about gratitude. I often do some gratitude journaling. I think if you've been around here a while, you will know that. It just felt really important to, yeah, keep that up. I can't show you the pages I made. I think they were in the last video, but because everything's at my studio, I've got a tiny bit of stuff here at home with me, just enough to not be overwhelming, you know. But it's just reminded me to take the time to appreciate every little thing that I have. And if anyone needs to hear a little message, please have self-compassion and self-care to the max. We deserve it. We're filling our cups, remember, so that we're overflowing into the saucers and that we can give from the saucer. We can give a lot more that way. You know this too. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm being a really good girl, I promise. Anything else to report then? I felt it was important to kind of go out because I've not been leaving the house, and James works away most of the week. He's been kind of insisting, wrapping me up in cotton wool and taking care of me, yes, but insisting that I go out. And going into the studio once a week, he's been obviously giving me a lift because, I don't know if I mentioned, but my car died during this process. So I'm going to try and get another used car, yes. So I'm kind of stranded at home at the moment, which I don't mind too much, because if you know me, you know how much I love being at home, but it's different when you're stuck at home and you, yeah, don't have a vehicle. And obviously when James is around, he will give me a lift. So I've been into the studio a couple of times to check on the plant babies. I brought one home this week because I'd like to repot it. And I also picked up some art supplies as well. But apart from that, I am basically staying at home, staying in. I can go out into the garden, so it's so lucky that I have that garden. And I think last time I talked to you, the gardener was here. The landlord charged the last tenant out of his deposit for not taking care of the garden. So there was a budget for a gardener. So we had a gardener come and clear the whole place. And maybe I'll give you a quick peek in the garden as well. He pruned it back a lot, but he didn't clear it because I didn't want it to be, you know, completely bald. And we have a lot of birds visit our garden, so I didn't want them to be too unsettled, you know, by the reduction of height and things like that. You can probably hear the birds now. So I think that's it for now. Let me know in the comments how you're doing and what's been going on with you as well. It'll be nice to sort of have a nice cup of tea and catch up with you in the comments. I shall continue gently healing in the meantime and continue to count my blessings because I know how lucky I've been. I shall hopefully be back with my normal Wendy type videos next time, and please take care out there. Appreciate the little things and have gratitude if you can. I know life is hard and a little bit wild and a little bit bonkers right now, so it's not always easy, but just do your best. Try to keep your lights shining bright. I will if you will, and I will see you in the next one. Love you all to bits. Bye for now. Bye for now. Bye.